Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. When the new yogi, new meditator arrive at our meditation center, we instruct them to practice beginning from Ānāpāna meditation. How to practice Ānāpāna meditations for beginner? First, you should pay homage to the Buddha. Then you can do the forgiveness by reciting Okasa or your own language. Then offer your body or your 5 aggregates to the Buddha, especially during meditation session. Then they will also show your meditation place in meditation hall. They prepare the meditation cushion in meditation hall. The meditation hall is suitable place for the practice of any meditation. That is why the Buddha says, Ida bhikkhu e bhikkhu Arinya gadowa rukha mula gadowa Sunyagara gadowa. If you wish to practice meditation successfully, especially Ānāpāna meditation, go to the forest. Here, forest monastery. Arinya gadowa, rukha mula gadowa. You can also practice the meditation under the tree or the bamboo. Sunyagara gadowa, the quiet place. Quiet place. Okay. Our meditation center is a forest monastery. And also, the meditation hall or the kutis are very quiet. Also, Sunyagara, very quiet place, suitable place for meditation practice. Then Nisidati Panlenga Abhujaitawa. You can sit down on the cushion, having your legs crosswise. Okay? Then you can use the half lotus postures. It is better. Here, Sayadaw is sitting on the picture. Oh, you can see this posture. This is a half lotus postures. Ujjong kaya panidhaya. You should set your upper body straight, like this, not like this, or your body is bending ahead or any other side. It is not suitable. Your upper body must be straight. Then, Nisidati Panlanga Abhujaitawa, Ujjong kaya panidhaya. Parimukhansate upatapetawa. Then you should establish your mindfulness on meditation object. Then when you want to practice meditation, you can sit down on the cushion with the comfortable position. Your upper body must be straight. Then place your hand on the lip or on the knee. On the knee, is it? Here, like Sayadaw here. Then close your eyes comfortably. Then establish mindfulness on meditation object. What is your meditation object? Here, Ānāpānassati. Ānāpānassati means Ānā is in breath. Apana is out breath. Sati is mindfulness. So 3 words combined together become Ānāpānassati. So where is in breath and out breath? Ānāpāna. Here you are breathing in, you are breathing out from the nose. So you should put your sati, mindfulness, around the nostril area. You know, below the nostril or above the upper lip. For example, like this area. Is it? You put your mind around the nostril area. Here or here or here. Or upper lip, around this area. Then so satowa asasati, satowa pasasati, mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. You are breathing and breathing out all the times. Even you are sleeping, even you are eating, walking, etc. But if you don't observe, if you are not aware of the breath, then it is not Ānāpānassati. Here, you are breathing in, breathing out. Then you will observe the in and out breath with mindfulness. You will try to be aware of the in and out breath with mindfulness. That is why this is called Ānāpānassati. Then when you are breathing in, you will breathe, touching the nostril. Then try to observe, try to be aware of the in-breath with mindfulness. When you are breathing out, you will also breathe, touching the nostril. Then you just try to observe the out-breath with mindfulness. Only to be aware of the breath with mindfulness. Whenever you are breathing in, breathing out. When you are breathing in, just be aware of the in-breath with mindfulness around the nostril area. Don't try to follow inside the nose. When you are breathing out, just try to be aware of the out-breath with mindfulness around the nostril area. Don't try to follow outside. Your mind must be around the nostril area. Then you will feel the breath which is touching around the nostril. Then you just try to be aware of the breath with mindfulness. Then you can note in your mind, in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, or breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, in this way. Then when you practice the in and out breath with mindfulness for many times, a long time, then your mindfulness will become stronger. Then your mind will concentrate on the breath. Most of the yogi will experience the wandering thoughts. When you are observing the breath with mindfulness, their mind will not stay with the breath around this area, will go here and there. At that time, don't stay with the outside object for a long time. Then try to be aware of the breath around the nostril area again. Then when you have wandering thoughts, then come back here again. When your mind goes away, then come back here again. In this way, if you practice the Ānāpāna meditation again and again, then your mindfulness will become stronger and stronger. Then finally, your mind will focus on the breath for long times. Your mindfulness will become stronger. That is when the Buddha said, so satowa asasati, satowa pasasati. Breathe in mindfully, breathe out mindfully. Then if you can be aware of the breath with mindfulness without wandering thoughts or with less thoughts, then it is good. But for some meditator, when they try to be aware of the breath around the nostril area, they have many wandering thoughts. Their mind cannot stay with the breath. Then they become disappointed with the Ānāpāna meditation practice. At that time, they should use the counting method. You know, Ganana Naya counting method is very useful for all beginners. Then how to practice the counting methods? You know, in breath, out breath, 1. Or maybe in, out, count 1. Only in your mind. Then in breath, out breath, 2. In breath, out breath, 3. In this way, count up to 8. You can count any number between 5 to 10, not less than 5 or not more than 10. That means you can stop when you have already counted up to 5. Then start you can count beginning from 1 again up to 5. Or then practice from 1 to 5 again. In the same way, if you prefer to count up to 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, okay, no problem. You can count up to any number that you prefer. In our meditation center, we encourage the meditator to count up to 8. Why? Referring to the Noble Eightfold Path. That is why we ask the meditator to practice the counting by counting up to 8. Then you count up to 8. In breath, out breath, 1. In breath, out breath, 2. In this way up to 8. When you are practicing this counting method, you should decide, I will try to concentrate on the breath. without any wandering thoughts between 1 to 8. Then with the strong intention, if you practice, then you will be able to concentrate on the breath without any wandering thoughts between 1 to 8. If you can successfully practice up to 8, then you start to count from 1 to 8 again. Then practice from 1 to 8 again. In this way, then you can practice the counting methods for whole session. Then because of the power of counting methods, then you will be able to concentrate on the breath without wandering thoughts or with less wandering thoughts. When you are practicing this counting methods, then you don't need to remember how many times you have already counted in one session. The important one is not to have any wandering thoughts between 1 to 8. Then if you can focus on the breath, if you can concentrate on the breath without any wandering thoughts between 1 to 8, then you are successful. Then in this way, then you will be able to practice for whole session without wandering thoughts or with less thoughts. Then your mindfulness becomes stronger. Then when your mindfulness becomes stronger, then you can stop the counting methods also. Then how long you need to practice the counting methods? You can practice the counting methods until your mind becomes stable. For example, you practice the Ānāpāna meditation without counting, then your mind is concentrated on the breath well for a long time. Then you don't need to practice the counting methods. You just practice the Ānāpāna meditation without counting. In this way, your mindfulness becomes stronger and stronger. Then when you are practicing the Ānāpāna meditation, then, according to the Buddha's instruction, Dika Rasa, Dikam wa asasanto, Dikam asasamiti, Pajanati, Dikam wa pasasanto, Dikam pasasamiti, Pajanati. Then when you breathe slowly, sometimes your breath is long. When your breath is long, you just observe the long breath with mindfulness. In the same way, sometimes when you breathe quickly, your breath will be short. Then when the breath is short, you just try to observe the short breath with mindfulness. Don't purposely make to be long or to be short. Just trying to observe the natural long and natural short breath with mindfulness. Is it? Sometimes, okay, not so long, not so short, no problem. It will include one or long or short breath. Then when you carefully observe the long and short breath with mindfulness, then your mindfulness becomes stronger. That is why you will be able to meditate longer and longer, longer and longer. Is it? Then in the same way, then you just try to observe the whole body of the long breath and the whole body of the short breath with the mindfulness. The whole body means you breathe in, then you try to observe the in-breath from beginning to end. In the same way, when you breathe out, try to observe the out-breath from beginning to end, and not the out-breath. In this way, your mind will be around the nostril area, will not go anywhere. Finally, your mind will stick with the breath around this area. Then, when you have such conditions, although you are sitting for a long time, then you will be very peaceful and comfortable. Although you are sitting for 1 hour or 2 hours, you don't want to stop. Or you feel very peaceful and comfortable. If you can meditate in this way, comfortably, peacefully, for a long time, many times, then what will happen? Then the breath will become subtle. When the breath becomes subtle, trying to observe the subtle breath with the mindfulness. Even you can observe the subtle breath with mindfulness. When your mindfulness becomes stronger, then sometime you will experience the breathing completely stop. You are sitting without breathing. Actually, you are still breathing. Because the breath becomes subtle, then you don't feel the breathing. At that time, you should decide. You only just trying to keep your mind around the nostril area without finding the breath here and there, without thinking here and there. Then when you keep your mindfulness around the nostril area, then after sometimes you will feel dizzy, breath again. Then your mind will stick with the breath around the nostril area, then your body will become straight. Although you are sitting for a long time, you don't want to stop. You will feel in this way. When you practice in this way, then what will happen? You will have a painful feeling in your body or your legs. At that time, you just trying to ignore the painful feeling or the painful feeling or the outside sound, noise, etc. Is it? Then just trying to concentrate on the breath. You cannot bear with the pain in your body at that time. Okay, you can change your legs, your bodily posture. After that, trying to observe the breath again. Or in this way, you can practice the Ānāpāna meditation according to the Buddha's instruction. Okay? Then you will see the improvement in Ānāpāna meditation practice. Finally, then as soon as you pay attention to the breath, your mind will focus on the breath, will stick with the breath around the nostril area without wandering thoughts for a long time. Then you can sit comfortably and peacefully. Although you are sitting for 1 hour, 2 hours, etc., then you don't want to stop. If you feel in this way in many sessions, many days, then you are nimitta, Ānāpāna nimitta will appear. Okay? Then when the Ānāpāna later, no? The Ānāpāna nimitta will appear. Then later. Then you try to practice this way first. Then we will continue to explain and then how to continue to practice, how they will experience in Ānāpāna meditation. Practice further, then we will explain in next week. Then may we be able to practice the Ānāpāna meditations according to the Buddha's instruction. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.